Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly forecast of indices, metals. So first, let's go to DAX. Last week we had some volatility, but generally DAX started to range. So if we pay attention to our previous forecast, we said that we would like to, after this down move, we would like to see this retracement and try to go and sell. Because price broke this support zone. This was our next target, but price still haven't reached it. And we had this retracement back to the almost to the 36 EMA, so we could try to look for short entries definitely. Price started to range a little bit. This is our chart. Price started to range, and then we had this move, and price went up again. So from this point, if we see this is our trend line from a higher time frame, but at this point, if we, for example, draw 1 hour chart trend line, and we see that prices, it's making 1 to 3 here, it's making a little bit range, it's going down, it's making new lower low, and then it's retracing. We expect here for continuation of this down move. If we see that price is breaking, it means that we might have to see retracement from the higher time frame, like 4-hour chart, but in this case this never happened, or price might start to range like we see right now. Okay, so this is important to understand what price is doing on the higher time frames if we decide to trade on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1-minute chart. Yes, so if we decide to jump in the short scenarios, somewhere around this level, entry would be here, stop loss around 2,500 points. First target would be hit, then we would be stopped out. If you trail stop loss, probably you would be stopped out earlier. If not, you will be still in this trade, because if our stop loss is 2,500, this spike wouldn't kick you out. Yes, because our stop loss is here. So first target would be hit, and right now second position will be running. Okay, so let's see. So generally, you see last week, if we start to see that market is not behaving in our way, and I will explain you a little bit here. So we have move, we expect retracement. Yes, here we had move and we expect retracement. We expect retracement back to the 36 EMA, and then we can expect for continuation. We see that here price never broke our 2 to 3 line. This was our 2 to 3 line. Yes, but price broke 36 and started to go up. Okay, so at this point, because we don't know, we don't see this future here right now. Yes, so at this point, if price is breaking, then we say, okay, what can happen? Maybe we will see retracement from the higher time frame, so price will go to our profit zone from the 4-hour chart. So what we can say, okay, whenever price make for me, if you trade against main direction, if price creates for me 4-hour 1-hour chart long 1 to 3, I can look for long 1 to 3s and trade against main direction and try to target levels from the higher time frames. Yes, but what we see here, price never made for us a 1-hour chart 1 to 3, but broke this this trend line here. So at this point, we can still say, okay, so this was only the retracement. We get momentum. 1-hour chart was broken, so this is still maybe from the higher time frame 1 to 3. So we get the momentum here. So what we expect, we look for 1-hour chart 1 to 3 again, and we would like to go and sell. Yes, and again, what happened? We get momentum and price went up. So at this point, we already know that something is not good anymore. Okay, because we still don't see momentum. Yes, the price, okay, retrace, but we can draw another line here. Yes, you see you have another line, and you can still try to look for short entries as long as not as long, but whenever price breaks this line, you can still look for short entries. And you see that, okay, we had this, we can say we have 1-hour chart 1 to 3 here, but price, you see EMAs were pointing up, price was above the 36, so this is not what we would like to see. Yes, so whenever price, so then you see again, yes, price is getting momentum because as long as we are pointing down from the higher time frames, we would like to sell. Yes, so when we would like to sell, when price breaks this trend line. So you see every single time you change the angle of this line and you patiently wait for breakout. And finally, we had this break on Friday during NFP. So at this point, we say, okay, we wait for the retracement and we would like to sell. Okay. So you have to pay attention to this, yes, because there is no good option to look for any trades here. Yes, we see here, we just wait for see if price is going up or price is going down. Yes, we are not interested even on the lower time frames. There is no point. Okay, at least with my point of view and strategy which we use. So what we have on the higher time frames is, let's see what price is making. Generally, you see that we had this momentum. Let me go to weekly chart, and price right now stopped a little bit. We are around the 36 EMA. This is still from the weekly perspective, it's still pointing up because okay, price broke last week, broke this 36, but there is no continuation right now. The price just stopped. So from the weekly time frame, we are still pointing up. Daily chart, price stopped and we see this is the lowest point, this support zone. Okay, but generally price is already on the support, yes, because if we pay attention, we have also support here. So this is what we have. Of course, I draw the lowest point to see when if price have enough strength to make continuation. Yes, so because price just stopped, we can expect what? Retracement back to the 36 CMA, and then we can, of course, start to look for short entries again because daily right now is pointing to sell. 4-hour chart, yes, also 4-hour chart, we see that we could say here price bounce, and you see on the 4-hour chart it's more visible that price started to range. We hit this chance which I showed you on the 1-hour chart, but didn't happen. So we have this 4-hour chart trend line. Generally, we would like to sell. Okay, generally we would like to sell here still. So if we pay attention to 1-hour chart, this is what we can have now. But if we see situation that price is breaking this 2 to 3 line, here we can, and you see momentum, you can still sell. Okay, but it will be nice that we won't see the price here, but you can still sell it anyway because this might be still 4-hour chart short 1 to 3. Okay, so daily is pointing down, 4-hour chart is pointing down, so our focus right now is to sell. Yes, and the weekly is also showing short momentum. Yes, so as long as this trend line holds, we look for short entries. Of course, aggressive traders can look for trades against main direction, against direction from the daily chart, maybe I will say it like this, and the target daily 36 EMA whenever price breaks this trend line, okay? Because we can have simply a little bit bigger retracement to the daily chart, and then price will bounce and will continue to go down, okay? So this is what we have on DAX right now. So we can say, okay, we sell and we buy. Okay, of course, if you decide to buy, pay attention that the price is breaking this previous tops. Okay, because we can still have like a just spike and then price can retrace. Okay, so we go to NASDAQ. We see last time we said yes that we would like to see. We can look for short entries if we like, yes, after this bounce. Or we can look for breakouts of this trend line, or we just simply look for bounce entries and we trade bounce on this trend line. This trend line came from daily chart, yes, so that's why we said that we can have bounce or price will just break and continuation, or look for potential long scenario. So we see that, let me just delete the lines which we have here, and we see that this line should be like this. So we see that price just reacted on this trend line and went up again to the resistance. So there was still not a nice situation on NASDAQ. We see that price exactly went to our levels. I never changed the resistance and trend line, so we see how important the lines are. Yes, so last time we said about this, price went to our resistance and then reacted again on our trend line. Yes, and again it went up to the resistance. So basically, also NASDAQ was in the range. Okay, we could try to look for short entries here and try to look for sells. Price didn't go up, didn't go down. So we say what? We can, for example, look here for long entries. After this long 1 to 3, yes, here you can start to look for buys. Target is your resistance here, yes, because you see price like to test this. So here lower time frames, price retested, went down, okay, and again bounce on the trend line. So you can look for long bounce entries, and that's all, yes. And then after breakout of this trend line, we simply say, okay, let's look for short entries. But unfortunately on Nasdaq, we didn't get nice price action. Yes, you see, we didn't. We have like a nice move here, some retracement, then up, then again range, then NFP, and then price went down. Okay, so Nasdaq was not easy to trade. Some weeks will be like this, but we would like to wait. That's why patience is so important, because we would like to wait for for time when price action is good for us. Yes, of course, whenever we see that we have momentum, we always can jump to lower time frames and look for setups. Yeah. So we go to higher time frames. So weekly chart, what we see, price is currently on the support together with the 12 EMA. So what we can have still deeper retracement to the weekly 36 EMA to this line, or possible bounce on this level and another up move. Okay, bounce on the 12 is possible because when we have strong momentum, you see what price is making. It's making it's bouncing on the 12 EMA, and it's simply make continuation. Only here we have a little bit deeper retracement back to the 36, and then we also have this continuation. Okay, so we go to daily chart. Price is sitting here. Daily chart broke our daily trend line. Yeah, so basically, it's also possible to start to look for sell entries on the lower time frames, but there is no EMA crossovers on the daily chart, so there is no like a confirmation yet. This is our daily 2 to 3 line. So what we can do in this case, we have this line. Okay, we have this line. So as long as we are below, I would wait right now for a little bit retracement to the daily to the 4-hour chart 36 EMA or this line, and I would wait for short entries. Okay, and this is our goal. This support area. So I would wait for this. Or still, if you like, aggressively on the lower time frames, yes, because if price makes like for us 1-hour chart 1 to 3, we can look for short entry still after breakout of this 2 to 3 line. Okay, but with low risk, because you know that you're around the daily, not the daily but the weekly 12 EMA. However, we can still have some spikes, so we can still grab some profits. Or you say, and we are on around the support, so that's why this will be aggressive, but there is still chance for this bigger retracement. That's why we can try. This is our next daily support zone. Where is your target? Yes, if you are really conservative, you want to trade with main direction, you wait for this trend line breakout. Yes, you are not interested to trade in this zone, in this area. So this is one option. A second option, yes, if price, the thing is that we don't have good trend line right now on the 1-hour chart. Yes, because we can wait and trade also in the retracement. Yes, to target this trend line. But then you have to wait to see a little bit of the momentum of which is breaking the 36 EMA like we had here. Okay, like this white candle. Then if you see this, you can start to look for long entries and try to target this trend line from the higher time frame. And if price decide to break this line, then your goals are of course higher. This is our next, of course we would like to target the previous stop, but there is also some resistance around this level if we see that price is breaking this line. Okay, so right now we can look for entries here or entries here. We'll just leave the lines for next week to see what we had. And the US 30, what we said, retracement, continuation, and the US 30 made pretty nice moves. Yeah, you see we had 1 2 3s, 1 2 3s. Now 1 2 3 is making, so we can expect continuation. Okay, so if we go to lower time frames, you see this was our first area to try. If you enter here, stop loss around 3,500 4,000 points, you see that two targets would be hit easily. If you miss this, you have another option, but this, you see, I don't like setups like this, but if we get momentum, it's not a problem, because you see this is our 1 2 3. Yes, so we have entry around this point, which I don't like. I always like to see entry somewhere around, around this 2 to 3 line, somewhere in the middle. This is always the best. But if you decide to enter here, stop loss around 6,500 points, so at least first target would be hit in this case. If you manage this trade on the 1 hour chart, then probably your stop loss, yes, your stop loss would be hit probably somewhere around this level, or you will be still in. Yes, or you will be still in. So this is what we hit here. Of course, whenever you see that price is gaining momentum, yes, you just say, okay, I see this. Yes, I see that price is going down. So you wait for the retracement. You look for short entries on the lower time frames also. Yes, here you see that, okay, price went down. You draw your 2 to 3 line. You look for short entries. Price went down. You draw your 2 to 3 line. You look for short entries. Yes, and then you see prices going up. So you can say, okay, I do not trade this anymore because I would like to sell, because I would trade only with the main direction. So in this case, you need to wait for the retracement to higher time frames, and then whenever you just draw the line, you look for sell entries, or you say, okay, I would like to trade against main direction because I trade in the retracement. So you can draw your trend line, and you see that this line, you see, if we draw it like this on the spikes, you will see that price here didn't exactly break this line. So basically, if you see this, you say, okay, no, I need to see breakout, new higher high, 1 to 3 above, and then I look for entries. Okay, and you see that price didn't make it, but you could still trade short entries here. But you see that price didn't exactly break this line, so there was no option. Okay, so this is how we follow every day. We can follow indices in this way. So we can try to trade every day then. Yes, if of course they correspond with our trading plan. So what we have now on the weekly chart, US 30 hit our 36 EMA. We have levels. Still, we have some levels here. Price is making, long 1 to 3 here. Yes, so this might continue to go up, or we will have continuation for this bigger retracement to this support. If this is broken, then we can get bigger retracements. Yes, daily chart, we see this momentum, so we can also have situation that price will retrace finally to the daily 36 EMA, and then what we will have, continuation. Okay, so when price reach this level, you want to sell. If price breaks this line here, you want to buy. For our chart, yes, right now we know that we are around the profit zone, so we still wait. This is our line. This is our 36 EMA, so we still wait. Okay, so basically we can say we are in this wedge. Ideally, we would like to see that price, is breaking this. Yeah, so basically we would like to, if we are a little bit conservative, we would like to wait for this scenario. Okay, for breakout, to look for long entries against main direction and take target of this daily chart, or here we take sell, we go with the main direction. This is our previous low, and this is what we can do. Some aggressive traders can look for immediately entries here. We don't have trend line. But if this is for our chart 36 EMA, if you see, for example, something on the 15-minute chart, it will be like a bounce, more or less. But if you get something 15-minute chart, or I don't know, we can go to 5-minute chart, and whenever you see that price is getting momentum, yes, and you have 1 to 3, so you can also take this because sell will be okay. You are on the 4-hour chart 36 EMA, so there is chance that price decide to bounce. And your goal is, of course, first is this trend line, okay? This line, and then you wait for breakouts. If price reach this line, you can also trade bounces here, take long entries, and here, yes, take long entries and try to target this. And if price breaks, then you know, okay, this. If price reach this, you can close your buy position, start to look for sell entries, and again, target this line. Yes, if you like to trade in the range. So this is US 30. We go to silver, and silver we see that broke. Yes, we said about the bounces on the support retracements or breakouts. Yes, and we see that price reacted, made for us this short 1 to 3 here, and then broke it and started to range, and we didn't have any 1 to 3s anymore. Yes, here only range breakouts, and price still went down and started to range again. So if we pay attention to silver, it's still going down. So right now this is weekly chart. Our weekly level is somewhere around this zone, so we can still look for short entries. Yeah, so any retracement for us is option to sell. Okay, so this is our 4-hour chart trend line. Yeah, so it's a little bit far away, so basically we don't need this. A little bit trend line which is a little bit closer, this maybe together with the 36 EMA, but it's still not so clear line. So we go to lower time frames. Maybe here we can draw something. Here we have something like this. So basically we don't have only this. Yes, we have like 1, 2, 3, and right now we have this. Okay. So right now, the problem is that we don't have, you see, the price action on the lower time frames is not so nice. We have the support here from the 1-hour chart. Basically, it starts to look like a range, but sell entries are still okay. Yeah, so whenever you want to try, you go and you can go to 5-minute chart. Right now, if price will make this 5-minute 1 to 3 late entry, low risk, you can look for short entries and try to target this. Okay, so you focus right now on sells because sell entry is with main direction. This is our lowest point, so there is still a chance that you see we are already on the support, as you see. Yes, the lowest point is down here, so there is still a chance that price will go up. If happens that price, for example, is breaking 4-hour chart 36 EMA, if we see that, okay, price retested, then it's going up and is breaking 36 EMA, you can look for long entries against main direction after breakout of the 4-hour chart 36 EMA to target daily 36 EMA, okay? Because we can still, like I said, we can have this retracement, bounce, and continuation to sell. Okay, so this is silver. Gold, we last time I said that I'm still not interested in gold, and we said about bounces or breakouts, and in this case price a little bit range, but we had this breakout with the 1 to 3s. So gold will be quick because I'm still not great fan of gold. What? Because you see it's not so clear to the situation on gold. Also, weekly chart is not clear, no clean direction. Generally, prices in the range, but definitely the momentum is to sell. So we can still look for short entries. Yes, even here on the 4-hour chart. Pay attention. This is our line, so this is a little bit far away, but right now we have also this line. We have 4-hour chart 1 to 3. So if we are interested to sell, we can sell, okay, but after breakout of this 2 to 3 line, okay, then short entries target this support, and if price breaks this, you have another option to go. But and that's all. Yes, that's all on gold, because I don't see any options from my perspective right now to go long or something like this, only sell scenarios. Oil made reaction here, retraced to the 12 EMA, and then broke our trend line together with the support, but started to also range around this level. Okay, so last time we said that we just delete this. last time what happened, we had this, you see, we had this trend line. We said that price might react here and might continue to go up, or we'll have this deeper retracement. Right now, it looks like price just spiked to our next level, and we are still around this strong support. And this looks still like a weekly long 1 to 3. So this will be interesting what oil will make for us here, because because it's still there is no clean situation that we might to see this down move. Okay. Right now we know, okay, that we are around the support zone. I will just delete the lines because there is no point right now to have them. We have this support, so can still go because price haven't tested this, but difficult to say. Difficult to say. This is range. I personally would like to see a little bit retracement on the daily chart, as to the 36 CMA to this trend line, and then look for again for short entries. Okay, so this is option number one, but we will have to wait a little bit. Option number two is to look for trades against main direction of the daily chart. After, if price breaks this, you have to, and you will get 1 to 3. So you look for buy entries and you target this trend line. Okay, because there is enough room, we can try to take this. And there is also option for intraday traders, but your goal is here. So scalpers, intraday traders, yes, you can look for just breakout of this and breakout of this line. You look for short entries, you target lows. Okay, so this is oil and Bitcoin. Bitcoin spiked also, as this was strong spike to our next support level. Momentum is still to sell. We see again that the price went up and then just dropped immediately and really fast to this level on the weekly chart. So momentum is still to sell. Price broke this daily trend line right now. So we go to 4-hour chart. I personally don't like spikes like this because it's always difficult. I like to see when price is going to our levels, not we have spikes and then big retracements like also on oil. But right now, every single move to sell is option to sell. Okay, because we are below daily trend line. This is our daily trend line here. Breakout of this line below the 36 EMA, I will remove this. So any retracement right now, even on the 4-hour chart, we might have to see retracement to the 36. You look for short entries. So basically, we would like to sell. 1-hour chart, also possible, but right now price is in the range, so you have to wait maybe for another like 1 to 3, or if you trade on the lower time frames. But the spread is quite high, so I'm not so sure. But whenever you have broker with lower spread, yeah, short entries here are also okay because everything is pointing down. It will be better to get bigger retracement and then try to look for sells. Okay, guys, so that's all for this week. Remember that we are close to Christmas time, so market definitely will slow down at some point. I think we might have like a last week of possible volatility. And the market slowly will go to the slow motion mode. Let's hope that it won't be in the next week, but from my experience, usually 2 weeks before Christmas time, market is quite slow. But we will see. Okay, so enjoy the week and hear you soon. Bye.